So it's what we think it is.
Josephine de Beauharnais. Erstwhile lover to one Napoleon Bonaparte, and a bit of a goer. It's legend, has it? Napoleon had this made specially in Vienna to celebrate their 10th anniversary. Her will said she wanted to be buried in it. The family fell out, and it's been in a corporate collection ever since.
Until it was stolen by Frank Rice.
Shame about Frank.
Yes. He took a big hit for us. We'll find a way to pay him back, in full.
So how much is this thing actually worth?
Tricky things, love diamonds.
Love diamonds.
Yeah, you see, it's a big gem. So it's got to be worth 200 grand. But you add the story, the romance, the history, to a certain kind of collector, it's priceless.
What kind of collector?
Well, I don't think your mate Rice bought it on eBay. He nicked it for someone. To order.
Yeah, that was our guess.
But who?
Look, what I'm saying usually stays in the garden. I get caught telling tales and I'm losing my reputation. And it might not stop there.
Who are you afraid of?
Some of these collectors, they're not very nice people. They're rich and they're dodgy. Very competitive and pretty ruthless.
Joel, all I need is a name.
For love diamonds, you're talking Baxter or Hauptmann. They're like Arsenal and Spurs, only less friendly. My vote would be Toby Baxter. He's heard Josephine surfaced and got Rice to nick it for him. Hauptmann's Belgium, lives in Antwerp. I'd have heard if he was in town. I heard Baxter had an exact replica of Josephine's diamond made for his own collection. The guy's a control freak. It must drive him nuts that it's a real diamond, but it's not the Josephine. It makes his collection incomplete. It's not authentic.
Do you know where we can find this Baxter?
If you got Josephine's diamond, you won't have to. He'll find you. He'll employ a tracer.
What's that?
It's like a private detective.
My guess would be Pinky Byrne.
Pinky. But he doesn't sound too scary.
You ever seen The Terminator? Well, Pinky makes the Terminator look like a quitter. He'll just keep coming until he's got what he wants. Just because you asked, Baxter's address.
Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it.
That's no problem. But if you did want my advice, I wouldn't get between Baxter and something he wants.
Thank you.
Look, someone has to say this. This guy's so dangerous. Why don't we just post him the necklace and walk away?
Sean's got a point.
Yeah, it's worth considering. I mean, he doesn't know who we are yet. We could keep it that way.
No. Baxter does not get to win this one, not after what he did to Frank.
Yeah, we can't ignore that.
Yeah, all right. It's good enough for me.
Look, if either of you two want out of this, no one will think any the worse of you.
Are you really prepared to take on Baxter for Frank Rice?
Yes, we are.
It's what we do. The grifter's code.
Then we're in. Aren't we?
Yep, I guess we are.
So, what's our play?
Well, we need to find out exactly who we are dealing with. Ash, find out everything you can. Let's see where Baxter's weak spot is. Albert, use your contacts in the garden. Get all the information you can on Pinky Byrne. Emma, you and Sean go to Baxter's house. I want to know who goes in and who goes out. In the meantime, I will try and think of a plan.
Preferably one that doesn't end up with us being killed.
I'll do my best.
The Hatton Garden diamond ring is secretive, Albert. It's got its traditions and its enemies. Diamonds tend to bring out the best and the worst in people. So, we keep ourselves to ourselves. And within the garden, reputation means a lot. If you're robbed, you don't report it to the old Bill. Now, insurance premiums go up. It's not worth it. So, you just take the punch and move on. Someone like Baxter knows that we won't involve the police. Well, that's how he gets away with it.
How well do you know Pinky Byrne?
I used to, quite well. Started in the garden as a runner, a pimply little kid. But he had a nasty streak. Soon worked out he could make more money working as a tracer on the outside, using his knowledge of us on the inside.
Gamekeeper turned poacher, huh?
Exactly. Byrne's a killer, Albert. No conscience. Well, that's why he's good. Won't stop at anything.
If he were looking for something, and you knew where it was...
That's not a good place to be.
Pinky Byrne? Yeah, I heard he was in town. He always stops off at a knocking shop on the Seven Sisters Road, gives the benefit to a Polish bird called Eva.
You know where he's staying?
Yes, I do.
Would you care to share it?
No.
Any reason?
Two. First, the last bloke who grassed him up, Pinky took to a halal butcher's, cut off his wedding tackle and made him eat it. I'm partial to me grub, as you know, Mr. Stroller, but you got to draw the line somewhere.
Quite so, yes. And the second?
Me nan was taken advantage of by a GI in the Blitz. Took her up the back alley. My mum told me never to trust a Yank.
Worth 100?
Much as I'd like to help you, with you being an elder statesman and all, bearing in mind those two very powerful objections, there's nothing this side of 200 quid that could convince me to tell you where his hotel is.
Make it 150, and I'll pick up the lunch tab.
I want pudding.
Naturally.
The Strand Hotel. 3rd floor, superior double.
OK, Emma.
Baxter's house is a large detached property in Hampstead. Electric gates, 3 alarm boxes round the front, and he had 1 visitor.
He was in there about an hour.
Pinky Byrne?
Yeah, it must be.
Albert?
Yeah, Byrne. Staying at the Strand Hotel. Baxter called him this morning when he found out that Frank lost the diamond, so Byrne has his orders to get it back.
Okay. What do we have on Baxter?
No job, no friends, no relationship. The bloke's a freak of nature.
How so?
He's a chess grandmaster, buries himself in puzzles, and got an IQ of 220.
Tough man to con, I'd imagine.
Well, maybe that's the thing with love diamonds. A fascination with love and romance, the grand gesture.
Why?
Well, because love's irrational, isn't it? It's a puzzle that can't be solved.
Very good. Background.
OK, Toby Baxter. Only son of self-made ball bearings magnate Reginald Baxter, got him first to philosophy at Oxford. After his parents died, he inherited a family business, sold it almost immediately for a reported 100 million. After that, he retired, aged 27. Hasn't done a day's work since.
It's all right for some.
He's a total loner. Obsessed with one thing. Love diamonds. And he keeps his collection in a high-tech vault under his house.
Then he never goes out. He's like that mad bloke, Howard Hughes. I mean, everything comes to him. Food, books, antiques. I mean, how can you grift someone that doesn't leave the house?
With great difficulty.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Ash, how do we get into the vault?
Yeah, I thought this might come up, so I checked it out.